introduce yourself?
Hey, I'm John Szymanski. I'm the main developer or director of My Friendly Neighborhood.
Alright. So we can't talk about. Well, let's go with what are some inspirations that are legally allowed to say.
Some inspirations. Survival horror games. Any that come to mind. I've definitely taken some inspiration from it at some point. Big fan of survival horror. Obviously, children's shows. Big inspirations there as well. Stuff along those lines.
So each character has a different name. Is it based off like different stuff, or
Just kind of names that I felt fit their personalities. So Norman kind of has that word normal in it, So I wanted to choose that name because he's supposed to be like, oh yeah, he's the default puppet that you see all over the place. He's the Norman puppet,
So with the horror element, like I know there's some jump scares, not in this demo.
Just the one bathroom one.
Just the one bathroom one, yeah. But is that going to be more like a staple point, or like occasional, like here it is? Or?
Occasional. I like a couple jump scares, but I don't like to overstay the welcome with the jump scares. So I like atmosphere and creepiness, and I like humor, and I kind of like just like the visage of having Pearl just kind of walking around in the area. Yeah. I think that's kind of cool, just to have it be there and you're interacting with it as you will. So yeah, there'll be a couple, but I'm not like making it into a primary focus on how to get the horror across.
So what made you decide to go with the tape option for them?
Yeah, that comes from, have you ever played Resident Evil 1 before?
Yes.
Crimson Head mechanic, right? So you down the zombies at one point, and then if you don't come and burn them, then you end up with a harder enemy. Yeah. So I wanted a taste of that, but I wanted to kind of integrate it a little bit more directly into the gameplay, because it's a little bit of a simpler sort of way of doing that same mechanic. So we ended up with the tape, so the puppets will get back up if you leave the room and come back in, unless you tape them down, in which case they'll still be babbling at you, but they won't pose any threat anymore.
And then you said they're also generated randomly too sometimes.
So their positions, they are always set in the same place until you knock one over, and then there's like a set of positions that they can end up being in. And the reason for that is as you're exploring around, I don't want it to just be the same thing over and over again, because you might go through the same room 3 or 4 times as you're trying to figure out what to do. So puppets will be shuffling around, and you'll have different interactions and little micro stories that are happening with that, in the gameplay.
Now, are there any friendly puppets?
Well, that's a question about narrative that I'm not sure that I can answer yet.
I'm like, I thought you were the one in charge.
Oh, I am. So, I didn't say that I don't know the answer to it, just saying that I can't answer it yet.
So it's a sort of narrative question, but like you have the shotgun, you have the grenade.
Yeah.
I guess it's like a miniature pistol in a way.
Yeah.
A Rolodex pistol, I would say.
Yeah, it's made out of a typewriter and a Rolodex. Yeah.
Is there any other like weapons that you can say?
Yeah, so there's obviously the wrench as well. Yeah. And there is another weapon. It's kind of a secret one though. I've posted a little bit about it on social media, and it's pretty flamboyant. And if you find it, I think that it'll be a lot of fun to use in the game.
What level of flamboyant?
Let's say lots of bullets really quickly sort of level of flamboyant.
Okay. Colorful bullets?
No, we're still teaching the alphabet. Everything is teaching the alphabet. Okay. Yeah. That's why we're firing letters at the puppets.
I was just thinking of the gumball machine.
Oh, that would be cool.
It's like a submachine gun.
That would be really fun.
Have little letters on each one.
Yeah. That's a cute idea. I like that. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of questions. My brain is just like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So is it going PC first or multi-platforms or?
PC, absolutely. We are actively developing ports for consoles. Don't know if we're going to simul-release or not. It just kind of depends on some various factors. I want to make sure that we're releasing at a good time, but also that we're not like delaying, waiting for ports to be done, and so it will come to consoles at some point, but PC is our first primary goal. Make sure that we've got a great PC port, and then everything else will follow after that.
Now, is there a date for that yet?
It will be this year. We are shooting for summer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Once it has been released, obviously ports are one thing, but like any ideas for after release?
lots.
Well, I mean,
And, yeah,
there's always ideas. but
Always
not
ideas,
actually
and narrowing it down to which ones to follow up first is going to be a bit of a task. But indubitably, definitely going to be doing some extra little twiddle bits on the project. I'm sure there will be some amount of this and that's that need to be fixed, some quality of life stuff. And then we've got some ideas for some other content pieces that we'd want to do with the game. That would be free updates, would be the idea. But we're not sure what or when or whether we're going to pursue those or not. So
I can jokingly see like a horde mode
yeah.
with the puppets.
Oh, so actually one of the things you can unlock is like a mode where all the enemies are tripled, and then you can also unlock a different mode that turns it into like a boomer shooter with like bunny hopping and like and all sorts of stuff. So you can kind of like create that yourself within the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then there's also like the Resident Evil 4 mercenaries kind of thing.
That is one of the ones that I've been thinking of a lot. I would love to do that. I need to make sure that I can like figure out like good areas for that. Like the soundstation might be a perfect area for mercenaries. I don't know. I would love to do that. I love
Call it
mercenaries.
but
No.
yeah, it's
Call it puppetaries. I don't know. It's too late in the day.
I understand. Oh man, I'm just trying to actively, like, my brain is on Resident Evil 4 mode because of the chainsaw demo.
Yeah.
Any Easter eggs that you're gonna like throw in from other games?
Oh, from other games. Interesting.
You don't have to say what exactly, but like other game inspiration, like.
There's a lot of Easter eggs that deal with other content, and I guess I'll just leave it at that, and have people figure things out on their own.
No random birthday cake.
No random birthday cake. No.
Just trying to think. My brain is just still. All right. What's on the day?
Yeah.
We'll say bye.
Bye.